Hey everyone, welcome to the 39th episode of the Frostwalkers podcast. Here with another batch of one-on-ones to kickstart Arc 4, which is going to be I think this is a good time to talk about this. It's highly possible Arc 4 is our curtain call arc. You know? Like, us and the cast have been having a really long conversation about this. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, it's crazy to think that we're so close to, getting. It's crazy to think that we're so close to being done with this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So with this arc, a lot of threads are going to tie up, and I have to, for those who've heard the ending of episode 38, the little tacked on ending, you know that there's big things coming the party's way. But our party doesn't really know that yet. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you guys to the finale. And just say off the bat, been a ride.
Yeah. And on that similar vein, I wanted to do something kind of special.
Go for it.
So, as you guys have probably heard, Rowan and Janice have been a couple on the podcast, but something not all of you might know is that Bee and I have actually been dating in real life. We've had a really nice long-distance relationship, and we're recording this episode on our 1-year anniversary, and it's really special, and for some reason, we just never...
There's a Thursday.
I'm trying to make this special, Bee!
I'm sorry.
I hope it's today, because then everything I said would be...
Okay. No, yes and no, because it is the week of, which, because the magic of editing, it's not going to be the week of when people hear it. You know?
Okay. So
it is still time to talk about this, because this is the only thing that we'll get to experience together this week, from a recording standpoint. That I think,
you said happy anniversary this morning, and I was like, oh, that must mean...
Did I actually?
You did!
I'm gonna look at our text messages now, because I need to find the context of this. When did I say that?
Good.
I sent you a hugging emote, like a gift.
No, like in when I was talking about being motion sick on the bus, you were like, it would suck if you were sick on our anniversary.
I meant like the week of. Yeah, okay. I need to clarify. I didn't mean today. I meant like, okay, yeah. Oh
my god. Okay, anyways. This is perfect. This is perfect though, because this is just an example of what our relationship is and has been for this whole year. This whole year.
Yeah, no, because we like admitted we liked each other at like stupid in the morning and got together at stupid in the morning. But I'm almost certain it was the 7th, because that was like the stupid AM.
Okay. Well, anyways,
so I think our actual anniversary is Thursday, but for the sake of our recording tonight, there's no other time. We're not going to record another episode with us before Thursday, so this is the closest it's going to get.
Okay. So, on that vein, I just wanted, because we've never actually talked about us dating in the actual podcast, so
no, we have not.
I wanted to do something special and just say that, and that I love you, really, and I love you too. And it's been a journey, and it's been really, really cool doing this project with you, and it, might not always be the most polished podcast out there, but I'm really, really proud of this thing that we and our friends have made together. And
I agree. I
it's
100% agree.
yeah.
I was going to talk about how excited I am about our possible campaign too, because we're looking at new characters, new cast members, maybe a new dungeon master. There's
Hmm.
there's a lot of interesting stuff. Um,
Yep.
Being on our Discord server is definitely a way to get a lot more hints because we are not good at keeping our lips locked. Uh,
Yeah, we're not.
so
We get
being on
really
our
excited and spoil
we
things.
do we do. So getting on our Discord server is a great way for accidental spoiler.
Yeah.
And I will also say, getting on our Discord server lets you get access to Pixie's live blogs, which are a magical thing.
Oh, they're so great. Pixie's live vlogs always make me so happy. Not gonna lie, I just wait for them, honestly. Whenever she's like, I'm doing a live vlog, I'm just constantly checking the episode discussion, waiting for it to be
She's
posted.
she's gone to like putting them into her notes and screenshotting the notes, so it's like one. So there's no
Yeah.
interruptions. It's like one consistent stream, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm into it. Like I do miss getting constantly pinged with rage, but I also I like having these concise episode summations. They're good for me, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The,
I'm honestly I'm just really conceited and I like any form of people responding to art that I've made with my friends.
you're valid.
No, that's only a little bit true. No, it honestly though, I really really appreciate people's constructive criticism and just kind responses and reactions, and it's just we put so much effort into making this podcast. It's really fun to see how people react to it. That's always
Yeah,
one of
I
my
mean,
favorite parts.
it honestly is. It makes the whole thing worthwhile. Uh,
Mhm. We've gotten some really really kind responses. Like didn't that one person message you recently
yeah, eighth,
and say
eighth.
something? Yeah, and like say something about how they were like this
I
podcast
think,
feels like coming home after a long adventure and being with your friends or something like that.
yeah, their exact words were, "You're." This is from Aethrin, Aethrin, Aethrinitten on Instagram. They do super cool stuff with geology and art. They put that your podcast is like coming back home from a long journey and seeing your old friend, and it's so nice to hear stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think while we're just talking out of game, uh, I'm gonna do a couple shameless things. Namely, um, we still do have our sponsorship with Found Familiar Coffee. Uh, the the show notes of all of our episodes have the coupon code for 10% off uh, your D&D themed coffee, which is
Mhm.
a fucking bizarre thing to say out loud. I never thought we'd do that, but hey, look at us go, I suppose.
Yeah, and I mean, considering that we're all college students or around college aged, well, except for Kat, who's 16. But I mean, hey, high school stressful too. Coffee is definitely a thing that we consume a lot of, or tea.
Correct. Aren't you? It's you know what? It's fine. Don't even trip. Uh, Even if you aren't a fan of coffee, Found Familiar has a ton of super cool like T-shirts and stuff. Super cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anyway, have we babbled enough? Do you think it's time for us to actually get into this? I feel
Yeah,
like
we've
we're
done enough. We've
stalling.
done enough.
I,
We've done enough self praising.
I feel like we're stalling because of the absolute fear of what's going to happen this episode.
Yeah, I know a little bit about what's gonna happen, and it's a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess I should say with the one-on-ones, there's always a bit of a skeletal plan as to what's going to happen. Like like a rough idea we run into. We don't go into one-on-ones as blind as we do actual sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that said, let me set the scene a little bit. I'm gonna say it's been a couple weeks since the Battle of Xylem, the Night Council's stand against the Governor Malvern and his necromancer crony Frederick.
Who we killed really fast.
You guys knocked the fuck out of him. And if it was not for the quick return of a... Man, it's like, there's this thing in me that's like, don't spoil it. But I'm like, by the time we record this will already be information that's out there, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the introduction of King Fitzroy as a half-alive cyber person that saved Frederick's life.
Yep.
So that's terrifying. And
yeah.
I'm sure something that's on Calem's mind. Calem had 2 resurrections in the span of a couple weeks.
Poor Calem.
Yeah, like he got a win in, and then life just...
I know. I mean, life just be that way sometimes. But God, poor Calem.
I'm gonna say Calem has like made it a thing not to use the K word around anybody. Like, I think
as of late, or just forever?
Oh, as of late. Like, I mean...
Oh, I see.
Like, it's a thing... I think the only other guy who knows is Anelian. And I think Anelian...
yeah.
How do I... You know, when someone is upset, and they're not, like, mad, and they're not sad, they're just, like, are the kind that will go into their room and vampire it up for a while?
Yeah. Definitely never done that before.
That is definitely how Anelian has been since the return journey from Asylum.
Aw, poor Anelian. Just to like make sure.
Yeah.
Anelian is blood related to Calem, right?
Anelian is Calem's grandfather, yes.
Okay. For a while we were kind of going back and forth on whether they were actually related or not.
Yeah, I always was kind of iffy about it because like Calem's story definitely has a theme of found family, but I think it's right that there is there is an importance to biological family as well. So I think Anelian feels right. It feels right.
Yeah, I like the idea of Anelian being his actual grandpa. Also, it's cool because Anelian is an Eladrin, and that might explain Winter Eladrin specifically, and that might explain some of why Calem is so good at snow magic.
And also like some of his weirder features, like the limbo of his tail.
Yeah. Just gonna admit something as a character design artist. I just gave him the tail because I thought it would be cute, and then we had to come up with an actual reason for why he had it.
Yeah. And like why it's not consistent.
What? What do you mean not consistent? He always has it. It never like goes away.
But it's definitely like not growing or anything.
Okay, weird, but alright, I guess.
I don't know, dude. Like, we have Art of Older Calem and there is no tail.
What?
Yeah. There's like Art of Older Calem where he doesn't have a tail. And it's like...
Did I forget to draw a tail on him?
I don't even know, dude.
Oh shit! Just gonna go back and quickly draw that on. Because that is supposed to be there. That's just dumb on my part. Anyways.
No, it's alright. I just like... I always look back at like the Grand Wizard Calem art that's been done. And like you can't see the tail. And it's like one of my favorite art pieces of the boy. And it's like there's no tail there. And so like my vision gets skewed as we get older, you know? Anyway.
Just slowly fades away with age. Nah, I think
the tail is here to stay.
Yeah. Anyways.
Unlike Rowan's, which is magic, which is...
Yeah. Rowan just kind of... She realizes now that she can turn it on and off, you know? She can just have it when she wants to. So it just... Yeah, it just kind of is a thing that sometimes she does and sometimes she doesn't. It's weird.
Anyway,
A year ago, I was drawing everyone with tails because I saw someone draw elves with tails and, like, gnomes with tails, and I was like, that's cute. I'm gonna draw everyone with tails. And now, a year later, I'm like, why did I do that?
Year later, we're just, it is probably the most asked question we get.
Yeah, everyone's like, why do they have tails? And I'm like, because I thought it was cute. I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So, man, we're babbling a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna say Rowan has been helping Anna heal up after her. I guess the best word I got is summoning sickness.
Okay.
Which is I know it's a term for a card game. Shut up. But that's really like the best phrase I could come up with for this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like she was brought back and her body needs to adjust to existing and old and lich, and she probably got sick, you know?
Yeah, her immune system is just shitty.
Babies get sick all the That's just a weird conversation. Anyway, yes, Anna has summoning sickness. I'm a Magic the Gathering nerd. We've done an interlude in Eldraine and Ravnica. When did you get the hint? We did a whole text RP where one of the major villains was Nicol Bolas. I think I've showed my credit as an MTG nerd.
Yes.
God, I miss Misfits. Anyway.
Yep, same.
Anyway. Now you have incentive to look at the 20SA Discord too.
Yeah, go look at Tony Izzet. We basically wrote an entire novel in the RP chat.
We did, and I still read it. I still think it.
So do I. It's nice. Anyways, this story, this game.
Right. So, Rowan, you are in the castle. Mm-hmm. You are trying to nurse Anna back to health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Calem's there with you.
Oh.
So what is Rowan's MO when she's trying to deal with a sick person? Not like a dog, but like an actual person.
I think that Rowan would probably be just kind of trying to look back at all the stuff that she knows about medicine, you know? Because this is kind of a unique case. She's helped to heal a lot of different people, but she's never had to work on a lich before. And so I think she might be a little bit confused about, you know, what the semantics are there. But I would say in general, she's kind of just resorted to treating her the way that she would just treat any other person. Probably,
yeah.
You know, taking her temperature, making sure that she's got some cool towels for when she's got a fever and some warm ones when she's getting chills, and makes her soup, and probably would go to Janice and all and get some, and her Furbolg friends, and get some nice herbs and try and make some potions and medicines and that kind of thing.
Fair enough. All right. So I'm gonna say Rowan. Yeah, just make me a medicine check. D20 plus your medicine skill.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 15 plus 18.
That is really good, actually. I'm gonna say when you've been at this for a few days now, you know, maybe almost 2 weeks of on and off, because she was sick before the battle in Siloam too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So put together, you have about maybe 2 weeks of on and off checkups,
Mm-hmm.
So I think by this point you have the root causes pretty pinned down,
Yeah.
and you have on like couple potions, couple things,
Yeah.
So she's gonna get better, and you're already seeing like the starts of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that it's like it is a process,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
essentially gotta like get all of her immune system back up to
Yeah.
18 years of age magically. The young
Yeah.
adult
Yeah.
immune system from like
Yeah.
nothing. You gotta start from scratch, kind of.
Oof. Oh, poor Anna.
So I like this idea that there's like a potionary version of vaccination.
Ah!
Like I don't know. I think that's really cool.
That is really cool. But how would that work? Am I giving Anna shots? Because she doesn't really have a lot of
I don't think it's like
skin.
right. Yeah. No, it's a potionary. So I like the idea that there's like a magical way to get something drinkable, like a liquid of some sort, or maybe with the
Yeah.
right herbs, make it more of like a tea.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a lot of really cool different interpretations of liches. Some of them look really kind of zombie-esque, others are a bit more skeletal. I've seen one where it's like they're kind of skeletal, but then there's kind of like this ghostly like form over them of what they used to look like. I don't know. I really like that interpretation personally. But
Because you researched a lot of Kravitz,
a lot of what?
Kravitz and Barry and Loop's design, basically.
I did, but I also did some research into just like the canon D&D lore. I take character design seriously, even if it turns out to just be really quick sketches.
Fair. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that you do that, and
When I get the time, though, I really do. I'm working on a college portfolio, and I really want to do some like actual like finished, pretty digital character designs. That's gonna be a thing that happens. I'm making a promise right now. It's on the podcast. I promise that that's gonna happen.
fair enough. I do really like the like magical, like the magical sort of vaccinations. I don't know, I just
Yeah, it's a cool
and,
concept.
and it's very Feywild,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
druid. I dig it. I dig it. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna say that Anna's on a bit of a road to recovery.
Mhm.
And I'm also gonna Rowan, your this is a bit of an unrelated note, but I was listening back to some stuff.
Mhm.
Your baby griffins have hatched.
Oh,
Your little
my
owl
baby
griffins.
griffins.
Your little owl griffins.
Oh my god.
Celebrating.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think maybe Anna was around for that and like watched the hatching.
Oh.
Um, so now you kind of have like babies to take care of.
Oh my gosh.
Except two of them are birds, and one of them is sarcastic and will talk back at you.
Yeah, the birds are probably easier to take care of, to be honest.
Not gonna lie, yeah.
At least they don't make fun of me.
I'm gonna say this little scene of ours will open in on bedside manner of Rowan, and
Mhm.
so I think she's just like, "Hey, I really do appreciate it. I got no give a shit, but I do appreciate it."
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say. I don't mind taking care of you. I mean, you've helped us so much. It's really the least I could do.
It means a lot to hear that. I do gotta ask you, though, like, just point blankly.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit of a weird question, but I you know, what, like, she just kind of like scratches her head anxiously and goes, "You like, did you like get this from the Feywild?"
The medicine that I'm giving you?
Yeah.
No, but I do have a boyfriend who's from there originally.
Fair enough. I just like plainer stuff is interesting.
I can understand why it would be.
Anyway, sorry about that. It's probably a really weird question.
Oh no, that's not a weird question. I've kind of learned to accept the weirdness of the world that we live in over the past couple of months. Almost a year now, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that time you did, but
Thanks, Anna.
I'm gonna say that there. Actually, so Anna's like getting better. She's not. She's like at the start of the recovery period. You can guess, you know.
She's well enough to make fun of me.
Yeah, she's well enough to speak. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot, was she not? Did she like lose her voice before?
She probably had like a sore throat.
I relate to that. I relate to that. Episode 2, I remember the week before we recorded, I couldn't talk.
So she definitely is like, so, where's the boy wonder? What's he off to today?
Oh, Caleb?
Yeah.
I just sent him off to go get some supplies. He'll be back here pretty soon.
Oh, alright. Usually in the mornings he has classes with the kids, and it's cute.
It is pretty cute, but yeah, he's taking a little time off to take care of you. He wants to make sure that you're okay.
That's nice. You know, coming back is a weird.
I can imagine. Well, actually, I can't. I have no idea what it's like to die and come back. Okay, give me like 1 second. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I heard that.
Okay, I've been having. What was the last thing you heard? Because I guess I just had technical issues.
Yeah, I think I might have also had some on my end. I just completely couldn't hear anything you were saying for a little while. Could you hear me?
I could hear you, yeah.
Huh, weird. Then maybe it was on my end. That's been an issue I've been having lately.
Anyway.
You can you can just cut this part out.
Yeah, so I was just saying that,
Actually, really, really quickly,
mm-hmm.
you can cut this part out too. But can I tell you something kind of funny?
Sure.
You know when you in the last episode when Calem and Rynn were talking,
and Calem said the thing about his dad.
Yeah.
And then my response was, can you repeat the last thing you said? And you were like, yeah, that's an accurate response to what Calem just told him. And like everyone was laughing.
Uh-huh.
The reason why I said, can you repeat what you just said, was because on my end it cut out and I actually didn't hear what you had said, but it just was a perfect response.
Oh, what you said, what we heard was, we didn't hear the, can you repeat? We heard, oh, shoot.
Oh.
Which is like a bit of like a dumbed down version of that, but hey, that works. Anyway, I think Anna just says, like, wait, what was the last thing you did here, actually?
The last thing I heard was, Anna said coming back is weird, and then Rowan was like, yeah, I can imagine it would be weird. Actually, I can't. I have no idea what coming back from the dead would be like.
Oh, okay. She goes, like, on the one hand, almost nothing's changed. Calem's still an idiot.
Oh, come on.
I say it because I can. Zagreus is still alive and kicking and being awesome and, just being himself. And Nelly himself too. I feel bad. With what we found out in Asylum. What you found out in Asylum, I can imagine it's rough.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk to Calem about it, but he's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for that right now.
Yeah. It can be a little hard for me sometimes, but sometimes you do just kind of have to wait things out until someone's ready to talk.
Just a little bit of space here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
You want to be able to help everyone, and sometimes you just kind of have to accept that you can't.
Yeah, I get you. I will say that some things have changed, though. Things are a bit more lively. It seems to be more people than I can remember, but,
Is that a good thing?
I think so.
Well, maybe once you're up and at them again, you'll be able to go around and get to know some of them.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we could show you the town. You could meet everyone. I think that might be really nice.
And I'd be one to agree. Do you?
By the way, are you always
Yeah.
mean to people that you like?
Yeah, it's kind of my thing, I guess.
Mm.
It's not always. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it'd be more weird if I was always sincere. I think they'd wonder if I was dying or something.
Well.
Yeah, yeah. You get my point, though.
Yeah. Though, I mean, just a little word of advice from someone who's gone through a couple of relationships. Being genuine is the way to go.
Fair. But I mean, a healthy dose of snark is okay.
Oh, for sure. Janice and I tease each other constantly.
I'm aware. I had to watch.
You see, like, Rowan get really red at that point. Anyways.
Right. See, it's weird because it's like I haven't talked to you like this a lot, but it's also like I know everything about you. So it's hard to come up with like small talk questions as you're, checking up on me.
Everything about me?
Well, like a lot of it.
Like Like how much? Like how? I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I don't mind that much, but how long have you been watching all of us? If you don't mind me
Hard to
asking.
say. It's hard to say, really. It's not like from the day you were born or anything. Just like one day it just kind of clicked, you know?
I mean, I guess that's kind of how friendships work. You meet a person and you grow an attachment to them.
Yeah, I guess you could say it like that. It was different in the ethereal plane, as you'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch 1,000 dreams and worlds go by, and eventually you just find one, and just kind of vibes, and you just kind of start watching, and you can't stop, and it's like falling in love through a mirror, I guess. It's weird. Through a window. It's just weird.
Mm. Shay's really tempted to sing Dear Evan Hansen, but I won't.
It's just weird. But you get through it, and I realized I could do things to make this happen, and I knew I needed you.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back, Rowan.
It's funny. I really haven't known you for that long, but I feel like I've known you forever. I kind of feel that way about everyone. It's so crazy to think that we've only known each other for a year. We've all grown so close.
Surviving near-death experiences does that to you.
Fair, yeah.
There's a few folks I wish I could track down from the good old days.
Like who?
Well, everyone knows that it was me, Zag, and Calem, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, like, no war could just be won with 3 people, you know?
Oh, well, yeah, that'd be pretty impressive.
I just. There's people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there were some pretty cool folks way back then. I I imagine as adventurers they probably, you know, had to go do something else or help someone closer to them personally, you know? Life goes on. It's been 50 years.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I'm sure that you could meet up with him again. People.
Yeah. There's one guy. He was a friend of Calem's actually, but I knew him through the grapevine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
2 actually. There was this Firbolg guy. His name was Noro. Really cool guy. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
nice. Kind of talked weird.
Hmm.
Had like a definitely had an accent. I just can't pin what.
Hmm. I have a friend like that too.
I
Jatai.
yeah. He was cool. He definitely seemed to have a he had a close connection with a bard,
Mm-hmm.
half elf bard. I don't know if you knew him. I haven't. Well, I mean, huh? I guess I do know that you know him. Your brother plays with him, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Small,
brother.
small world, I guess.
Yeah, your brother performs with the bard who was a good friend of Calem's uh, Firbolg friend during the war.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah. The only other guy I can remember was his name was Carter. He was it's kind of a weird guy. He was a ranger. Had a pet skunk. Yeah, he was nice enough. He definitely someone I'd want to see again. Kind of quiet, bit of a nerd. Kind of reminded me of Calem, but also a bit different. Miss him. You know, I know they're alive. I was able to pick up on their story threads once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
but only once in a while. I had business to attend to. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, it would be nice to see them again, at least once. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do know one of those people, so maybe sometime we could all get together and hang out. I haven't talked to my brother in a little while. He's been traveling around, so I think it'd be nice to get to talk to him again next time he comes into town.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it.
Anyways, Caleb should probably be back here pretty soon.
She just kind of smiles a little bit and just goes, "Yeah, it was nice just talking us though."
Mm-hmm. It's been nice getting to know you a little better.
Yeah, underwhelming, huh? And at that, Caleb probably pops in a little bit. It's just like, "Are you guys good? I'm not interrupting, right?" And
Oh,
she'd turn around and roll her eyes and just like, "No, we're having serious girl conversations about cooties and the female plague. Get in here, Caleb."
like that laugh is in character. Rowan thinks that's funny.
Caleb just kind of like mumbles a little bit. It's like, "I got my hat fixed per your request."
Looks good.
Thank you. I'm kind of debating a bit of an outfit change. I'm not entirely sure what that would entail, but I don't know.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I love my fluffy cloak, but I'm kind of starting to wonder if it's, a bit much.
I
Anna,
mean,
Anna just kind of chuckles and goes, "If you drop it, I will never look at you the same way again. You will have shoulders for the first time in your life." Is that a good thing, or I don't know yet? Thanks, Anna. Anyway, Rowan, how are you doing?
um, just taking care of Anna, getting to know her a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah. Surprised I haven't run out screaming yet.
Why would I do that?
Anna rolls her eyes and flips him off. Anyway, uh, been a bit, huh? Since we could just breathe.
Yeah, seems like there's always something. But, I mean, 'tis the life of an adventurer, right?
Yeah. If we're not being magically transported into other realities, we're taking down super criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're not doing that, we're fighting evil governors. Even our
Yeah.
even our parties get invaded by frog legal disputes.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Just kind of chuckles and goes, "Don't forget the nightmare demon."
We never forget the nightmare demon. um
Are you done? Oh,
uh
I have more if you want it.
yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
There was the doppelganger incident. There was
Anna, hey,
yes,
I said I'm good.
fair enough. Point being, Caleb kind of interjects. Point being, it is nice to get to relax, even though, you know, our adventures have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anna just goes, I'd like to remind you that if you didn't go fight a bunch of Meanlock in a creepy sewer place, Zagreus wouldn't be having a boyfriend.
That is true.
I guess Zag owes me a favor.
I want to say that at this moment there is a knock at the door.
I think Anna looks over to Calem and just goes like, "How to get that, Chief?" He's like, "Why are you calling me that?" And she just goes, I'm going to purposely cycle through any and all honorifics that are not Prince and or the other one. Why?"
That's strangely respectful.
She's just like, "It's simultaneously respectful and going to annoy you very fast." Caleb just kind of like rolls his eyes, but kind of smiles a little bit and just goes, "Just the way you like it, huh?" She goes, "Oh, you know me too well." He's gonna like swing the door open a little bit and just be like, "Hey, you can come in."
uh, hey, Caleb.
Oh, Rynn? Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry that this is a little sudden and unannounced.
No, it's okay. Are you okay? Are you all right? Is your wing okay?
Oh yeah, it's been fine for a while now.
Caleb is kind of like not worriedly, but like very very genuinely like kind of like leading Rynn in like I imagine this is like a bedroom with a few chairs, you know. So I think Caleb was sitting in one, and so I think he's like kind of leading Rynn to sit so, and Caleb would end up standing, but he doesn't care. So here, come on, sit down. I don't want you to. I know you've been feeling better, but I just don't want you to overwork yourself, you know.
Oh, that's nice of you. Look, I'm just gonna be frank. My mom has no idea that I'm here right now. Um, I I would have told her. It's just, you know, uh, Prince and the possible future governor of a important city. Has sometimes those conversations kind of have to be scheduled, I guess, in the eyes of the government. Anyways, I'm
No, I get you. I get you. He just kind of goes, but I mean, if no one knows, how did you get here? Did you is Maiju in on this or
uh no, it's just me. Um, I I can fly skyships too, and
no?
you just hear like a beep outside, and like someone just like my garden.
Caleb's just like, I'm going to assume that wasn't you.
His little ears kind of like flop down a little bit. Anyways, I a lot has happened, Caleb,
I'm
and
well aware.
I just I've
I
had
think
a lot of time. Oh,
Anna's
okay.
keeping quiet a little bit, but then just kind of pipes up, "Howdy.
Ah!
Sorry. That
He's
was not
like
the,
he's like backed up against the wall.
that is
And
not
he's
the
just like
reaction I was anticipating. I'm sorry. Do you do remember me, right? I'm not. There's no like amnesia portion of this, is there?"
no, no. What? Who the hell are you? Why are you? Why? Who? What?
Caleb kind of chimes in, "Rynn, this is Anna."
He just like blinks. What?
Anna looks over to Rowan and just goes like, I think I've been checked up well enough for today, Rowan. You can head back if you want."
Rowan gives her a nod and walks off.
"Hi, Rynn."
he is still kind of standing a little on guard, but you see him sort of squint at her a little bit. And slowly the recognition seems to come to him. And his eyes just get really wide. Anna?
The one and only.
But you're how you were dead. How are you
So I was super dead, kiddo. Dust in the wind. Shuffled off this mortal coil. Calem just goes, stop being dramatic. He's being serious.
I need to sit down for a second.
You already are sitting, but fair enough.
No, he was standing up, remember?
Oh, okay.
He screamed and ran and was backed up against the wall. So he's kind of sitting up against the wall now.
Are you okay? I can put an illusion over me or something to make myself more presentable.
No, it's not. How are you here?
Well, Rowan, Calem, Andre, Finn, and Sari hatched a plan and got me a lich form. That's the quick short.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I get. When did you do this?
A few weeks ago, before we took on Malvern. She's been sick, so we didn't want to pressure her with a fight like that.
I'm sorry. It's just, this is a lot to process. Calem, were you ever gonna tell me?
Yeah, Rynn, I know you. And I know if I had told you that and the thing about your father, it's a lot to take in for anybody. And I didn't want to overwhelm you in the midst of that whole thing.
Well, I mean, something this important. You brought someone back from the dead. I would have wanted to know regardless. That's crazy and amazing and
really, and Anna finishes, and really, really complicated. Took Calem and the others a better part of 2 months to get this whole thing going, and I had 50 years to hatch this plan out.
Okay. You just kind of see he's if you could see inside of his mind, the gears are just spinning rapidly. He's slowly piecing all of this together.
I think Anna voices in, what did you want to come here for, Rynn? I mean, I appreciate the attention. I don't want to take away an actual conversation you need to have. Do you want me Do you want me to head out? If this is something between you and Calem, I totally understand.
No. It's Look, I'm sorry about screaming. I guess I just wasn't expecting to see a skeleton.
A bath and a lit in a bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calem's castle gets weirder by the minute. This is just fact.
Yeah. Really does.
Calem kind of sighs to himself. He's like, I'm still iffy about letting Jay just chill in my basement, but whatever. He's not hurting me, so who am I, you know?
Yeah. I guess. Rynn's like not even like listening to the words that you're saying right now. He takes the pin out of his pocket. I came originally to talk more about this, but now I don't feel like it's all that.
Anna kind of smiles and just goes, why, if you don't mind my asking, Rynn, why are you so interested?
Calem, I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly kind of upset that you didn't tell me about all this.
It was a lot of stuff moving really fast, buddy. I barely had the time to think before we did a lot of what we did.
I mean, you can bring people back from the dead.
Yeah. Anna just kind of goes, it's not a recurring thing, I don't think. Calem kind of goes, this wasn't no magic I can cast with a snap of my fingers, buddy. That was a ritual that took a lot of moving parts. And a magical power source as big as the red orb, which is now just the red paperweight.
Well, still, who? I mean, there's endless power in this world, and so many. You could do it again, right?
Anna and Calem kind of give each other side glances of like, yeah. And Anna just goes, on paper, if you manage to find another tome and another power source as good as the red orb, which could have been possible, but someone decided to give my staff away. And Caleb was like, okay, in fairness, you were dead for 30 years, and you gave it away to a fire genasi you thought was cute. Oh, shut up.
Look.
Now's not the time for jokes, Anna. I'm not joking. That is a thing that happened. Rynn, your point, I'm sorry.
He looks to Anna. You're here, right now.
Correct. You
were dead for
Correct.
50 years.
That is
and
also
now
astute observation.
You are standing here.
Laying, but yes.
At least mostly alive.
Yeah. That is the practice of it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of chapters between that and all, but you know, in sweeping summations, yes.
That is proof that people can be brought back from the dead.
We live in a world with clerics, but yeah, this is This was the more dubious way to do it. But
I just... For so many...
Calem just kind of like braces himself because he knows what he's about to say, and he's just like,
for so many years, I've always dreamed that it was possible to do what you've done.
yeah. Well,
There were so many people who lost people they loved during the war. So many people who would probably love to be able to be reunited the same way that you were. Friends and families. My family. My friends. If there's any way to somehow, I don't know, bring back more people,
Rynn. Calem like is at a loss for words, and Anna just kind of chimes in with, Rynn, you have a really good heart. You know that?
he's just kind of quiet.
You're right, you know? There are a lot of people who do anything to get back people they love. Something I really thought about was I being selfish when I put all this together. But the problem, Rynn, is I was the one who put all this together. Calem didn't wish me back. I had to reach out.
He like, you feel his body kind of tense up, and he turns back. Do you think that other people don't want to do the same thing? How come you were the one who got to come back? What makes you so special? Don't you think there are other people just like you who want to be with their friends and families again?
Rynn. Calem almost like just a little shocked at how blunt that was, but buddy, I'm not saying we can't do it. But I am saying you gotta know this is 1, 2, 3. This isn't something you can hide from your okay? We were only able to do this because we got extremely lucky. And even then, it took a lot of effort and a lot of people knowing about it and a lot of moves. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I am saying no one person can do it.
Then help me.
Okay.
He wipes away some tears and kind of stands up and gives Calem a big hug. And I think he turns to Anna as well and just says, "Look, I'm really sorry.
You have to be upset.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've already forgiven you. Rynn, you do know this isn't gonna happen tonight, right?
Yeah.
Looking for something as powerful as the Red Orb could take decades.
Yeah.
So, before we make any choices, Rynn, and I know this is gonna sound like a bizarre thing to ask, but I want you to give this some thought, okay? You just found out about this. It's big and crazy, and you absolutely are within your valid feelings to jump at it. But sit with it a little, okay?
Okay. I'm really sorry that I yelled at you. I mean, that was probably the last thing you wanted to hear from an old friend.
Anna smiles and just goes, "No, I missed you too much to care, buddy."
He just starts crying and gives her a big hug.
She hugs him back and just goes like, "You have been very brave, and I am very proud of you."
Gosh. Forgot how much I missed you.
I couldn't forget. That's literally all I had to think about, but I'm glad you were able to keep moving. And I don't mean that insincerely. I am happy you have moved along, and you're a lesser person would have all that consumed. I'm glad you didn't.
It was definitely hard.
Calem smiles and says, "I know my little bro can do anything."
Okay. Well, anyways, now that he kind of clears his throat a little bit. He looks like a little embarrassed. Again, sorry that
Okay, it's okay. I think Anna has this big beaming smile. It's like, "It's all right, buddy. You're okay."
Okay. Anyways, all that out of the way.
Caleb smiles and says, I'm glad you're gonna give it a little time." Believe me, it took me a while to wrap my head around everything. In a lot of ways, you are definitely a stronger person than me, but yeah, even someone as determined as you, I don't think a 20-minute conversation can, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
What is it you wanted to talk about, Rynn? Anna kind of cuts in. The real reason you came here. Not that I'm against seeing you again.
He takes out the pin again. A little bit more hesitantly this time. I just look, I've started to come to terms with the fact that you're back and it's crazy and amazing, and also that I'm probably not gonna get to see my dad today, but
maybe there's a chance in the future. Anyways, a while back, I showed Rynn. What? Sorry, I'm all scrambled up. I showed Calem this pin that my dad gave me, and
Take one look at it and looks at Calem and just was like, "Holy shit, Liren had ins with the Izzet?" And Calem's like, "Yeah, news to me too."
and
Thinking no.
exactly, and that's why I came here, because I don't really know what that is, and I've since I got injured, I've really had nothing to do, and it's all I've really been thinking about. I mean, well, that and obviously the stuff with Malvern. Hopefully, Rick and Mimi are taking it okay. Anyways, I just even if I can't see him again now, I want to know.
Calem nods and just goes, I've been doing a little digging myself. I just wanted to know what happened, you know? Anna kind of smiles and just goes, I'm gonna be okay, Calem. You and Rynn go sort this out, alright? Calem nods and, like, squeezes her hand a little bit. And she just goes, I'll be fine. I'm just probably gonna just take a nap, okay? Just go over there and help your friend. Our friend.
Yeah, I think
Calem and Rynn out.
okay. I think that Rynn would probably yeah, he'd probably give her one more hug before she left. Just it's just crazy for him to see her again.
She probably ruffles his hair a little bit.
Oh. Oh.
You were a very young kid when I first laid eyes on you, Rynn. I'm glad you grew up to be who you are. Almost didn't recognize you.
I feel really bad for being mean now.
It's okay. You have every right to be emotionally invested in the well-being of your father. That is... There is no hard feelings about caring about someone.
God, I don't have the emotional strength. It's just it's just really nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too, buddy.
Okay.
Caleb would walk off with Rynn a little bit and just go, so, I did a little digging.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I found something.
Mm-hmm.
I know I burned you earlier, buddy, and I'm sorry, but do you trust me?
I've always trusted you. I mean, there was that like one moment a little while ago where I was upset that you had lied to me, but now it's all taken care of, and I trust you again. He like gives him like a big awkward smile.
I'm so sorry. I know I didn't mean to lie to you. I just didn't tell you everything when I should have.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, you're helping me out now, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
Anyways, what did you find?
We're gonna have to head back to Asylum a little bit. I think your father left a bit of a paper trail. I noticed a few interesting things in the station. that we were dropped off at before we dealt with Malvern.
Mm-hmm.
And I plucked at some threads, and I think your father left a bit of a calling card. He had a hand in the development of ways and stuff for Xylem, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't build this. Well, he couldn't control a lot of things. Could control street name.
Okay, where are you going with this?
I think your father set up a couple streets in Xylem that lead to something. Names that don't match up with the other setup, you know? Names that are weird and out of place, and they all just seem connected. And they all lead back to the station.
Okay. Do you think there's something there?
I did. And then I used a few contacts that I have, and I was proven more than right. A couple street names in Xylem, the station name itself, are things that exist in the plane of Ravnica. Street names for the Izzet League. Your father copied over some names from Ravnican streets, and they're all connected. From the station to something else, somewhere in the middle ground of Xylem.
Well, well, then we should go there.
I agree. And I'm going to say the scene will probably cut to, I guess, a bit of a montage, you know,
Mm-hmm.
of just following street names. And I won't stall, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
like Calem and Rynn kind of go deeper into Xylem, and you end up on a street called Byzium Avenue. And you, at the very end of the street, it's a bit of a cul-de-sac. There's nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very end, there's this, like, steel and glowing statuette that, like, is next to the sign saying, like, street end, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it matches Rynn's pin. It's that circular outcropping with a draconic lining.
I think he kind of holds up the pin, you know, to like compare, you know.
Yeah. And I think you see there's like a little circular, like the thing holding up the statue, like Mesa holding it up.
Okay. I don't. I guess I'm just kind of debating for myself whether he's been here before or not. Like
I
whether
think
he's been.
seen this, but never like put that together. You know,
Mm.
like
Mm.
it's just a piece of street art. You know.
I see. I mean, maybe he put together, like, oh hey, this piece of street art matches this pin that I have, and I think that was about as far as he thought about it. Really, up until
Yeah.
up until Calem explained that other stuff.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
So I think he's kind of just looking back and forth at this pin and this street art for a little bit, and he just turns to Calem, and he says, "So, what now? The map seems to end here."
I don't know. It's obviously the same image. Was this just sort of like your dad throwing a love letter to his friends here?
I mean, possible. I'm honestly, after everything I've gone through lately, I'm kind of under the impression that anything is possible now.
Calem looks at the pin, looks at the hole, and just goes, "May I?"
Kind of want to do it with you.
Together then.
Okay, they both do that.
And I think as he puts the pin in, there's like a spin, and the stone like covers up the pin, and it spins on top, you know. And the statue itself cracks to life with electricity and reds and blue lights.
Oh shit!
And you realize now that it is like curved inward. The houses closest by this part probably have no idea what's going on. The way that the street is set up, there's like a bit of a gulch, you know. And there's this spinning, geared, cracking noise, and what sounds like a bolt of lightning coming out from like a Tesla coil, and you're hit with like that familiar for Calem red light for Rynn novel, you know. And when Rynn's eyes like correct, they're standing in a very tech-laden metal building.
Holy shit.
I guess it wasn't just a pin. Guess it was an admission ticket.
Rynn's like just looking around at everything in just absolute awe.
I think there's a beat where the two are just kind of looking around at everything, and you just hear, "All right, well, are you going to be seeing the oh my, oh my? It has been a while." Caleb just goes, "You are the last person I thought I'd see today, but also, this strangely makes sense. Rynn, Mel." And he looks exactly like Caleb, just different. Same but different.
Well, he like extends his hand to Mel, but he's just like, this is extremely weird.
Yeah.
He shakes his hand.
Yeah, I got used to it like 6 months ago. Mel just kind of like throws his...
Why does this guy look exactly like you?
Parallel universes, found.
Okay, just gonna accept. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was really best if you just accept it. And Caleb just goes, "Yeah," even though he's a bit of a stick in the mud. Heard you. Anyway, what brings you here and through that way? And you guys see like a similar statue. The only person who would use that is... Oh. He like looks Rynn up and down now and just goes, "I suppose it's best you speak to the fire mind."
Fire mind?
Your father's associate. I take it you are his child, not Mr. Learin himself, having shrunken himself and changing a significant portion of his physical features. And also giving yourself praise. I'm going to make the safe assumption that you are his offspring and not him going through some sort of strange spell.
Yes. That's correct.
Yeah, well, I suppose suppose it's best I just let you talk to him about it. And Mel kind of leads to these two double doors and just goes, behind here is our guildmaster, one Niv Mizzet. Pardon his stature and scales. Be on your best manners, and I'm sure your conference will go well.
Rynn's like kind of clinging to Calem a little bit, just like
Calem like raises an eyebrow at Mel and just goes, I thought you said things have changed. My relationship with the Izzet League is a bit more ironed out now. Thank you, by the way. Yeah. Last time you were here, things you got back from the cult of Rakdos were instrumental in bringing back a friend. Funny you should say that. Anyway, we're here for Rynn. Right. And Mel opens the door and just goes, Guildmaster Niv Mizzet, I present to you young Master Hewlett. I take it you understand. And you're in this wide sweeping room, and there's like those plasma balls over the place, you know?
cool.
And it just looks like an oversized
Very
workshop,
cool.
I guess. And you just hear, thank you. I will take it from here. At your command. And Rynn, you just see creeping up this red and blue scale dragon.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11 minus 1 to Constitution. So that's like right in the middle. So, I think for like a half a second, he just like almost passes out.
Calem like would hold him out, just like whoa. And Niv just kind of leans forward, just goes, I wish we had met under better circumstances. I apologize for your loss.
He's just so scared of this dragon.
Your father was a worthy friend.
He kind of like shakes his head a little bit, trying to like get his senses back. And he turns to Calem. And he's just
Calem
like
shrugs.
Is this real?
The dragon just kind of like perches a bit, stretching out more, just making it very clear that he's not intending to move,
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, so, if you're here and manage to walk in through the entrance setup, I take it that your father's operation has come to pass, which only means that he is gone. Your father set up this contingency, a trail for you to follow. And I promised him that should I find you this way, I would have a conversation with you.
He takes like a deep breath and kind of stands up a little bit. So, you and my father were friends?
Colleagues. In my field of work, with the way that the guilds of Ravnica work, it's hard to use the word friend lightly. But he had a lot of power in my eyes. He had a lot of sway. Very good thinker, very smart. I was happy to know him.
I my dad was friends with the dragon.
Yes, I'm sure that's something that may not sit the best with you. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what he thought he'd accomplish with this. I only agreed to it because he wouldn't not let me. I can't tell you that I'm good at conversation. That doesn't involve plans or moving pieces. I usually leave that up. I usually would imagine that is the work of the Selesnya and not us here.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you knew my father and he wanted me to meet you, I guess I'm just wondering why. Why?
I could take a guess, but I can't claim to know things such as familial relations. I don't have any of that, but I can guess your father's motivation. Having worked.
Sorry, what did he just say?
Niv Mizzet explains that he doesn't really know much about parenting, but he can take a crack at what Liren wanted based on, like what he knows of him.
Mm-hmm.
Your father had a tendency to imbue his work with a bit of sentimentality.
He's listening very intently to him.
Everything he worked for had a personal touch. I found it a bit redundant, since the time he spent could have been used to other projects, but, I couldn't deny the results. So, I can just tell you what I'd guess, what I'd imagine is the case.
I mean, you have my attention. Anything.
Well, when your father first came here, he was looking to a solution to a seemingly difficult problem, which was keeping an entire city in the air. It was a fun challenge to work out. The right mix of magic and technology. A fun personal project. It's working with League and But when he came back, a mind like his was one to put to use. We came up with things together, a lot of things. When he had questions, came to me and I did my best. I don't often have questions, but whenever I thought I did, I would be the person I'd think about.
Wow.
I do have 10,000 years experience up on him. So me returning that accolade is harder, but I do want to give him many commendations for his work. He was a remarkable. And while he had no guild affiliation, he was honorary, Izzet.
Wow. I just have so many questions. How did you meet? How did he get here? What were all the other projects that you were working on together? What?
Those are questions that I can't answer. I don't really know how he got here, and quite honestly, I don't know if I'm at liberty to say the things we were. There are a few of them that are pretty well hidden. But
why are they hidden? Are they bad or dangerous?
Liren had suspicions of Xylem as such. I don't know if these ever came out of conversation into anything more, but he did ask questions about security measures and things like that, but more so his questions were public works related. Railway systems and plumbing. Rather boring things to a mind not intrigued by the way pipes work.
I think, like, at first, it's kind of like like the situation is so bizarre to him, you know? So at first it's kind of like should I laugh at this? And then he realizes, like, oh no, wait, like this dragon has just told me a joke and it actually is funny.
Yeah. And he just kind of like, you see him kind of struggle for words. He just goes, I wish I told you I had like something of his to give you, or that this maze acquired any, just this conversation. I don't think we ironed that one out before, you know.
I I I came here because I was looking for answers, but I feel like now I have so many more questions. This is kind of insane, frankly.
Yes, yeah. Well, if you,
I'm sort of just now in this moment processing that this is real, and I didn't just fall asleep and have a really weird dream.
If you want my personal opinion, I think having more questions than answers is exciting. More to learn, more to discover. I've been around for 10,000 years. I've watched the birth of the city. But there's still so much more. And that keeps me going more than any draconic. I wouldn't be talking to you this openly if it was anybody else. But I made a promise.
It's just crazy to think about. For so many years, I've just been looking through all my dad's journals and trying to piece it together. I knew that there was something there, something he wanted to tell me, and I just, in a million years, I wouldn't have guessed this.
Niv just kind of shrinks back a little bit and just goes, I would like to give you my assessment of what Lyran wanted to accomplish. I wish I could talk forever, but I do have.
Mm-hmm.
If you want my guess, your father was a sentimental person, and I think he feared Lyran. You were the reason he built, more than anything else. He wanted to leave you something good. I personally, building is its own reward, but I guess I will never understand that feeling. He shared almost everything with me and us here in the Izzet League. He, I think, wanted you to see that he didn't have to be alone to be brilliant. That's my guess. I'm not entirely sure. I could be very wrong.
I wish I could talk to him again. Thank him.
Do I. Your father was a good man. But I think he brought you here because he wanted to show that you can accomplish things as well. It doesn't take nothing to solve the maze he set. I saw it. It was clever. Acquire knowledge of something you shouldn't. The fact you managed to make it here, I think, was supposed to show you that you don't have to be alone.
He looks back at Calem and smiles. Though, like, the minute that Niv said this stuff about how his dad made this for him, he was just already crying. But, yeah, he looks back to Calem and gives him a smile.
Calem's, like, kind of holding his hand. Do you have any more questions? I guess any more questions I can answer.
Honestly, I still have a million. But I guess just will I be able to come back here? This is insane. There's so much I want to know. This place, it's God, just looking around. Look at all this stuff. It's amazing. And I'm talking to a dragon right now.
Calem smiles.
I want to know more. I want to know what I want to know everything.
You really are your father's son. That. I think he'd be happy to see your face right now. Similar reaction to his first time here. Calem smiles and just goes, I have a way to and from the plane where I am. You can use that whenever you'd like, Rynn. Niv just kind of nods and goes, I can't always be around. I have business. And things are changing on the world. But... And you see Mel kind of step in, and next to him is this... Also an Izzet where a fire Ganassi woman. And he just goes, I think these two are capable of seeing any trips you take into our...
He kind of stands there for a moment, and then he just kind of slowly walks forward a little bit, kind of hesitantly at first, but soon he's standing right in front of Niv, like inches away, and he takes a deep breath, and then he just gives him a hug.
The dragon just kind of takes a moment, moves one arm out the way, breathes out a little bit, and just uses his claws to push Rynn in a little closer. Just goes, I'm not good at this, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. He just he stays in that hug for a while. But eventually he parts with him. Thank you.
Don't thank me. I was just keeping my promise. And he kind of stretches his wings out and starts walking back. And I think Mel and his fire gonna step up and just go, we... And hand Rynn a pin back and just goes, you can use that to come to and you... You're always welcome. Audience with a fire mind would be much more difficult from here on in, though. If you would ever like to learn anything about this plane, I'm sure we can happily teach you.
Oh, trust me. I'm gonna be back. And he...
Calem smiles a little bit and says, you got Mel? He just goes, oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah. He very proudly straps this pin on himself.
Calem smiles and just goes, you ready to head home, buddy? For now?
For now.
Okay. And Calem walks back to the... gives Mel a quick, curt wave and just goes, by the way, guess we both think fire ladies. And Mel just shrugs and just goes, what can I say? And Calem just smiles and just goes, I guess we are the same person after all. And Calem and Rynn walk back out. And they're in that window pane room in Calem's castle. And Calem just gives Rynn a bit of a hug. Mm-hmm. Smiles a bit and just goes, well, I hope that was anything worth the time.
don't think I'm scared of dragons anymore.
Calem smiles and just goes, you gotta help me with that some. And he just says, talk somewhere for a while and just maybe not even talk, just be together, I guess. I missed when it was just us hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Calem takes Rynn by the hand, just says, come on, little, we got a lot to talk about. And I think that's where we can come tonight.
Oh.